Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hey, hey,
Oh, hi. How's everybody doing tonight? Tough crowd. Well,
good. God bless.
Hi,
Up to you.
all right, all right, all right.
looks like you
Hey,
got a haircut with a lawnmower.
it was a lawnmower. I
Oh,
don't
come on.
recommend trying. It's very dangerous. I'm very good at it.
All
It's more
right.
like I finally got a haircut.
It looks hip. Okay.
Thank you, thank you. I gotta look good. For Schwensong's Tower, of course. You're
Yeah,
looking quite good yourself, Ken. How's everything?
I'm overstressed because we're leaving soon.
I know. How's the preparations?
Never mind. Hey, Kramer, why are you here? I thought his word was first.
I think so.
Um, ostensibly I'm a co-host on
Oh,
Monday nights,
yeah,
but
because
I
he was
don't have to
supposed
do
to,
anything.
Nick's
I'm
supposed to
about
be
to
in
fall
bed.
asleep any
Nick's
second.
supposed to be in bed.
The design was that I would be extra loud on Monday nights so that he could sleep. He has yet to take advantage of it, but one day we're going to
All
make
right.
him actually sleep.
Okay, so Mr. Kramer, sell something.
Uh, that's it. I
Just
welcome
kidding.
to the mix. Is it in fact Word? Is that who we have? Is Word standing by? There's
Yeah,
nothing else
it's
to say
supposed to be
except to
word.
thank everyone. I'm
Okay.
glad everyone's here. It's an honor to be with you yet again, even if we have to subject ourselves to words text. Um, I'm very happy to see so many people here. I'm very grateful to the live translators. Yes, and I have no further ado. Dr. Word, are you standing by?
Hey, Ben, compared to your text, this one is relaxing.
That's nice of you to say. I took a beating preparing for this class, but we'll have fun.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Where is word?
I'm sure that he's speeding quickly into position, but I don't know. Um,
Seriously? Hmm.
Yeah, let me.
Seriously,
I'll send him a text right now and just.
we're sending him a message. Are you?
All right.
You are.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'm already halfway
Okay.
there.
Good. Thank you.
We could theoretically do your text, Ben.
That's
If we
true.
need to.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not like words.
Um,
Maybe he's asleep.
yeah. He's very good at being present for these things.
Quite.
So
And he usually wouldn't let
yeah,
us know
I
if
would
something's going
expect
on. Could be
Ben
internet
on
issues.
having some myself.
But we could always start with Kramer.
Let's start with Ben. How's that? Is that okay, you guys?
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Okay.
I hope he's
Yeah,
all
can
right.
do. Okay. Change. Um,
Now I'm nervous
uh,
about Ben's text.
Maybe he had another baby. Who knows?
okay. Well, I guess I'll do that then. Here we
Okay.
go. I am going to find my homework and then share my screen. It's a shame dogs can't eat homework anymore.
Yeah.
Hmm, there we go. I'm sorry. Bear with me one moment. I did not have it quite ready. Here we go. And here we go. Okay. Do we see my screen?
Mm,
Good. Okay. Please tell me the 5 misconceptions or something, okay, that mark the foolish. And then you can give me the Tibetan term that I have provisionally here translated as misconception. And that may not be the right translation, but you'll know if you were taking careful notes at that class, what I've attempted a translation at here.
Taking the Rikche at Sema.
Great. Cool. Yeah, the first one is, in fact, what are Rikjes?
Vedas.
Vedas.
Yeah, great deal. Yeah, don't do that. They're not accurate. Or taking them as accurate as being accurate is one of the 5. What's the second?
That there is a creator which is unchanging.
Yeah, right. Yeah, some sort of creator. They do say potentially unchanging. That's right. Yeah, in the commentary for sure. Number 3.
Bathing is virtuous.
Wait, Geshe says
Bathing is virtuous.
What's virtuous?
they think it's virtuous.
Bathing is virtuous. Well, yeah,
Oh, bathing.
which you could make an
It's so
argument
foreign
for.
to my mind. Okay.
Yeah. That can be true if you go to group yoga classes. It's nice to bathe
Yeah.
before you do yoga with other people in close proximity. Number 4.
Things have self-nature.
Oh, that's a great guess, and we haven't gotten to the context in which he's making these really specific examples about certain types of mistaken ideas. But you're right. Of course, that is a wrong idea. But the specific one that he's offered.
Oscar has it in the chat.
Oh, of course he does. I don't have the chat open. Let's see.
Oh,
But I'd
the
be
arrogant promotion of the
shocked
caste system.
if he was wrong. Sounds right to me. Yeah, right. Cool. Whoops, don't look at the last one. There it is. What's the last one?
Flagging yourself, thinking that that's gonna get rid of all your negativities.
Yeah, right.
Flogging
Especially
yourself.
good, yes. Especially jumping on tridents and such.
Oh,
Yeah, don't do it. It doesn't work anyway. What's the term here for the 5 misconceptions or something that mark the foolish? Or the phrase? Yeah, right. Yeah, great.
Wow.
Yeah, so totally. And this, I don't know. I mean, misconception or something. I mean, it's literally, not that that's how that's spelled, but it's literally like mixed up wisdom or something. And we're debating whether or not the word wisdom should even make it in there, or mistaken intelligence or unintelligence. I'm sure in the end we'll have a clearer translation. The first part of the section on seeing what is hidden is an explanation of logical statements, which are what inference deduction depends on. Tell me the 3 parts of that section. And then I'm going to make a request for non-primary translators to give me the oh god, this gives it away. Here, I'm gonna don't look at that. Here, tell me sorry, how about that? What are the 3 parts of that section?
The definition of a correct syllogism,
Great.
including a classical example.
Including classical examples or a classical example. Great.
The divisions, carefully avoiding the Tibetan there, and confirming that the parts of a syllogism meet the definition. how you do that.
Whoa.
That's nice. Thank you.
Sounds pretty good.
It does sound good. Whoops. Now, would someone who's not a primary translator give me the Tibetan words for definition, example, and division?
Mm.
Thingy definition.
Yeah, Geshe says
Any-
send for definition.
E and
Oh.
Oscar are correct.
How much was
How
that?
about example? Well, they said it at the same time,
Senshi.
so
Oh.
it canceled out. Senshi.
Senshi, for example.
I think I heard
and-
Gilse say Senshi at the same time.
and Yewa.
And
Yewa.
yeah, good. Yewa, wonderful. Okay, nice. Oscar, we're gonna have to start disqualifying you soon. Maybe it's long overdue. Great, nice. Oh, whoops! Here we go.
Uh-oh.
What 5 topics do we begin with in the study of understanding the definition of a correct reason? And would someone, I mean, maybe even Oscar would be allowed. I mean, give it a nice, like, I don't know, 5 breaths, Oscar, before you tell us the definition of a correct reason in Tibetan. But no primary translators, please.
These
All
people
right, we'll
are
allow
quieter than the
3
dead.
breaths. Understanding.
Quiet.
Okay, Oscar, you're ready, right?
Oh, sorry, I haven't read well. Oh, correct reason is. I don't think I'm ready. All right. Utpala wrote it.
Close.
No, that was a private message, Oscar.
Okay. Did he say it?
A
Hey,
syllogism
look at
which
that.
calls the three
Los Angeles in
relationship.
the chat.
Wow.
Good. Gilse, very nice. Tusumimba Dayanda Kiteni. Cool.
Nice.
The tongue at the end there is suspicious, but yes.
The
Good.
AI.
Great. So what are the 5 topics?
Mm,
No reason.
do you have a guess, Kelsey?
Well, there's a list in my notes.
Yeah. What's the first one?
The first one is.
Okay, that's a good place to check.
Deduction which depends on reasons.
Deduction that depends on reasoning.
This is the general section we're in.
Oh.
You already, Gilse, you gave us the
Yeah.
first of this list.
Definition which of a correct reason is that which possesses the 3 relationships.
Nice.
That's the
Cool.
oh. Yeah, she got that. That's $50 plus the other $50 plus the other $50.
Second one is 3 types of general reasons.
Second one is 3 types of general reasons. Correct reasons.
It is. That's right. Yep. Great. And then the third?
Wow, it's just cleaning up.
Why are there only 3 kinds of a reason, no more or less?
Wow.
Nice.
Dang.
4?
Killing it.
Cause and effect, and to be one is to be the other.
Cause and
Say
effect
again?
something.
There are only 2 possible
Oh.
relations in the universe, cause and effect, and to be one is to be the other.
Nice. Yeah, got it. D. You gotta give her
Then
something.
what's number
man.
5?
This is a
I
valuable.
think
Catch number 5 in English. That definition.
There you go.
of Is a reason which does not possess all 3 reasons.
Yay. Correct.
Yeah. Anything else is nonsensey gobbledygook.
Yeah. She got it.
Okay. Beautiful. So Okay, it looks like word will come later. So, okay, Geshe Michael, I don't know. This was hard, and so I'm gonna present my mess. Uh, so here, do we want to do the verse? As you said, he doesn't really gloss the verse much yet, although I have a theory about that. It seems like he may be pre-glossing verses as opposed to post-glossing verses.
I'll tell you,
Um,
I, if you search the verses again after these verses, they don't
I did.
occur.
Right.
So I hate to say it. I think he started a general commentary and then decided to write a word commentary, but he did not go back and fill in the early verses. And I don't know how far he went before he started making a word commentary. The great benefit of his commentary is that he explains every word of the root text, but apparently he was not doing that at the beginning. So we're on our own. So
Okay. Should I read and try to explain what I think I understand? Or
yeah,
should
go
we go
ahead.
to what should we do here? Okay.
Let's try.
So Chokcha Deche Kyaba. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's okay.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having some internet lag. I apologize. I wish I could fix it. Chokche Deche Kyaba Yi Tensek Deni Namsun Yi Mena Minjung Nechiro Densik Darnang Dele Shen.
Good.
So
Yeah.
I you know and that maybe I should put this all on one page if I can. Something like that. Yeah. I guess so Nam Sunni, there are only three uh kinds of that kind of densik, which it seems like sometimes means reason and sometimes means logical statement, but here I kind of thought as reason, which is both um uh uh uh, sorry, a quality or a thing which is true to say, a property of the subject. I mean, choke ch right, and yeah, which is like true of the subject maybe, and then which covers uh excuse me, or which the reason covers, che meaning part, and I guess I took part to mean part of the choke ch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, something like, I mean, working backwards from what we know a reason should be, it seems like saying there are three types of reasons where the reason is true of the subject, and then the reason is necessarily included by the, what do we say, the asserted quality, the thing we're saying is true about the subject.
Well, let's go this way. And
Yep.
by the way, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Why did Geshe put those A, B, C, Ds in there?
Yeah, right. Because, and maybe I should go to this version here with still had from the five elements that we talked about today in the homework.
Yeah, so we got to start there. Okay. Can you make your page bigger for these guys? Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
I can.
Okay.
This is all I got.
Yeah, so he promised 5 different parts to his discussion. Does that help you guys? Oh, it just helps me, I guess. he promised 5 different parts to his introduction, basically. And what's cool is that the 5 parts that he thinks you need to start with to understand Buddhist logic is all hidden in the first verse. All 5 parts are hidden in the first verse. It's unbelievable. Okay, he's got all 5 major topics that he wants to cover for the whole book are covered in the first verse. And it's, by the way, when we debate this, I told you many times, we debate 1 month. We usually cover about 2 pages. And it's unbelievable. So anyway, so Chokche is, so the A part of his verse, his verse in Tibetan is 4 lines. And the A part is supposed to be what, Ben?
Well, we're proposing that the definition of a correct reason is one that
Yeah.
has the 3 relationships that
Yeah,
this is
so-
here.
Yeah, the 1.5 lines that goes down to B. Okay, Tensig should be included. Okay, so Tensig
Mhm.
here just means a syllogism. Okay, logical statement. Okay, it emphasizes the fact that a logical statement is composed of 3 components, similar to a piece of bamboo has different sections to it, or a piece of what is that? The reeds that we offer in the fire offering, those are called sik. The sections are called sik. The segmented sections of a stick are called sik. Then sik has that. Your joints are called siks of a human arm or something. Okay, so this emphasizes that a Buddhist syllogism, and there are many words for syllogism, and we have to choose one eventually. A proper logical statement. You can say Tensik, a logical statement with all its parts. Tensik has all 3 relationships, and he has hidden them in the first line, and it's unbelievable. Okay, so Chokche is the first relationship that has the hold of the 3. If 3 relationships are present, it's a good reason. If any one of those relationships is absent, it's a bad reason. That's the definition of a Buddhist reason. Okay. So the first relationship, if you count the elements of a logical statement, Dachichen mitate chebichir. Say Dachichen mitate
Chichen.
chebichir. Let's
Chebichir.
consider sound. It's changing because it's a made thing. The most famous logical statement ever made. Okay, Dachichen mitate chebichir. And it becomes a mantra. So the first relationship is called Chokche. Okay, the first of the 3 relationships that has to hold is called Chokche, and it's the relationship between the first thing I said and the third thing I said. So what was it? Say it in Tibetan.
Da and Chebichir.
Chepa. So the Chokche is Da Chepa. Da Chepa, 1 and 3. Okay, forget the cheer, that just means because. Okay, so Da is Chepa. What's that mean?
Sound is made.
Yeah, is sound made? Is sound made? Question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first relationship holds. And it's a checklist. You go through three points on your checklist. Does the first thing stated in the reason connect to the third thing stated in the reason? Yes or no? Is sound a made thing? Check. Okay, we got 1 out of 3. Now, he says, now I want you to pay attention to a cha of that relationship. Cha means a part. Cha means a part. Okay, cha 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 cha. Okay, cha means a part. Okay, so what was the first relationship? Sound is made, and he says, now I want you to focus on one of those 2 parts, and it's the second part. What's the second part? Sound is
Made.
made. Being made. That's the cha here. Okay, Chokche means the first relationship. covered. Then we take a part of the first relationship, which is chepa, which is made. Okay, take that part. By the way, Ben, in some texts, it's dei-cha, dei-che,
Eicha. Okay.
which would
Part
have
of
been more
that.
clear, which would have been more
Yeah.
clear. So we take the part of the first relationship, which is made, and that's the kyaba
The thing that covers the other thing.
Yeah. And the second two relationships are called coverings or necessary relationships. Does human being cover Sugeng? Yeah,
It
I
does.
assume. I mean, if he is who he seems to be. Okay, so now we take sound and made, and for the second two relationships to hold, it must cover something. Okay, what should it cover? What's left? The second item mentioned, let's take sound, it's changing because it's made. Is it true that if a thing is made, it has to be changing? Yeah, then we say che kyap, Ben, che kyap.
Jacob. Yeah,
The
Jacob.
component of the first relationship is now covering another component, which happens to be the second one. Okay, if something is made, it must be changing. Then, by the way, that's a kyap. Okay, if da da da, then ba ba ba. Okay, now we're supposed to have three elements of a correct reason. There's a sub kyap. Okay, there's a reconfirmation kyaba, which is called dok kyap. So listen, okay? Relationship number one. One is three. Relationship number two. If three, then two. Relationship number three. If it's not two, it cannot be three. Okay. And you should remember that for the rest of your existence, which is eternal. Okay. So, you say one is three, check. If three, two, check. If not two, not three. Okay. And there's a huge debate because you want to go deeper? If it's true that if three, two, then it's always true that if not two, not three. It's almost redundant. It's almost unnecessary to say it. Okay. If you're a human, I don't know, you have two legs generally. Okay. Then if you don't have two legs, you're not a human. I mean, so what's the point? That seems like the third relationship is just dependent on the second relationship. But there's a reason for it. Trust me, later. Okay. So Ben, in the first line and a half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 syllables, he has defined Buddhist logic. He
Boss,
has
I think there's a
defined
problem.
he has defined like 1,000 years of Buddhist logic. What's the problem?
I'm so sorry. But the cha can't be the reason because the reason doesn't cover it doesn't kyaba the assertion, right? So if we say Sugang is
Let's take
a
Sugang.
human
Let's take Sugang.
because he's a
He
man,
has two legs. Let's take Sugang. He has two legs because he's a human. Or you could say, let's take Sugang. He's a human because he has two legs. Doesn't really matter. If there's no other
it does
two
matter.
Well, okay.
Oh.
Let's say I'm just giving a rough
Because
definition. There are birds with two legs
pro-
also.
Right, but the problem is the kyaba has to work in one direction. So if we say he's a human because he has two legs, we'd be in trouble. If we say Sugeng's a human because he's a man, that's easy.
Okay, let's do that.
and
Let's
then-
do that. Let's take Sugang.
But
He's a human because he's a male human.
yeah,
How's that?
what's doing
Okay.
the kyaba-ing there?
If it's a male human, then it's a human.
Yeah, human, right? But human's not the reason. Man's the reason.
But
So it can't be part of the chocha.
yeah, but it's cover here means if it's that, it has to be the other. That's all. Cover logically. How's that? Yeah. If
Yeah,
if it's a male human, then he has to be. Or would you rather do you think Chokchi's cha is the Drupjeche.
I think it
Number
has to
two.
be.
Then
I
is it
think it
true
has to
that okay, then let's take a orange. It's a fruit because
Yeah.
it's one kind of fruit, right?
An orange is a fruit because it's one kind of fruit. Yeah, those are
Orange
synonymous.
is a fruit.
Um, but if we say orange is a food because it's a fruit,
Yeah.
or an right, or it's a food because it's an edible fruit, if you want to cover your butt, but we don't need trouble, then still the
Yeah. Okay.
Jukjecha
Yeah.
is the thing doing the work of Kyaba Ing, right?
Okay.
If che is in the agentive here, if that matters, right? If it's in the instrumental, then the thing that does the Kyaba that covers the other thing should be the potentially the bigger item. The bigger group should be the cha. And
Yeah.
that would have to be the Drupjecha, I think.
So he should have said Drupcha Deche Kyobeyi.
Well, this is the problem.
Yeah. I understand your point though, and you could be correct. Okay, and he doesn't gloss it. So let's move on. But the point is,
Okay.
all three relationships are revealed in the first line and a half. Okay, and the first element is easy, right? Chokcha, if one, then three. Okay. Then you're saying the day is a different thing, and perhaps the day is Drupja. The assertion,
Right.
And the Drupje
Right.
Che, the Drupje Che would be the Kyabar.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
okay.
right.
That's possible. That's possible. We'll check.
mean,
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Especially if a reason, right, could be right, if in order for a reason to be correct, right, and there are only three types of those, right, then it has to be both something which is a ch of the choke, right, and it has to be something that is covered by the drupje ch, which would be the other part of a syllogism.
You could say no because the cha has to be the coverer, right?
Right. Yeah. The cha, it has to be covered by it. You see?
Yeah.
Right. So the cha would have to be the drupje cha. I don't know. That's what I'm trying, boss.
I got it. I got it. Let me check. Okay. It's a good point.
Yep.
It's a good point.
Yep.
Let me check it. Let me check
Okay.
it. Let's keep going. They need
please.
by the way, it's frustrating because we're gonna have to go check another commentary because he doesn't explain it. They need nums. Yeah.
You know, I was just wondering too, if tensek, does that usually refer to just syllogisms in general, or is it specifically used to reference like a correct syllogism?
I know because there is such a thing as tensek darnang and tensek. Yeah. So
for example, right here.
It could be a mistaken syllogism. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Deni namsum ni, Ben.
Oh yeah, there's three and only three of those.
Yep, that's easy. Yay.
Right.
Now C and D, he kind of mushed them together.
Yeah. There's a reason why. Oh yeah. So I guess because without one thing, the other thing can't arise or something.
Yeah, I think it means if the three relationships did not hold, the density could not occur. You see what I mean? If you didn't have, if a logical statement didn't have the three components, if it didn't have the three necessary relationships, then min jung means it's definite that you would not have a correct tensing. Okay.
It's tempting to take this one, Geshe, as being the dokya.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Right. Without the one, you couldn't have the other.
Yeah. But that's true of the Kyaba too, isn't it?
Um. Yeah. Well, that's true. It's just not stated in the affirmative. Yeah, it is. Of course, it is.
Yeah.
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 So,
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. E's easy. How about E?
Let's go to E.
Yay.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way,
Anything other than that.
the Mena, yeah, the Mena, yeah, the Mena is like if those relationships are not there, it's not. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that's why, I guess, right? So that should be why there are only three types. Should be
Yeah. Uh-huh.
because without one thing, the other thing can't exist or can't be there. So what's the one thing and
Yeah.
what's the other thing?
The two
And then that,
elements of the two elements of the two possible relationships.
okay, yeah, right. The
Right.
cause and effect or the
Or the
relationship
two brothers.
of identity.
Yeah.
Okay. Two
Okay.
brothers, that's nice. Okay, and then Dele Shen, anything other than that,
Yeah.
is
Tensik
we'll
Tainan.
say a faulty reason or something, like
Yeah.
a
Any
faulty
reason that.
or a wrong syllogism.
Yeah. And by the way,
So that isn't like that. Sorry.
yeah, that's Tainan is an interesting word because we are taught in the monasteries that from the time you're a kid to say bad reason is called Tensik Tainan. Tainan. But it has a very deep meaning in and of itself, Tainan, which means it just looks like. Tainan, bad reason means just looks like a reason. The
Yeah.
word has two sexy pieces that means just looks like. See what I mean? Tainan means looks like. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Apparent
Yeah.
reason.
Which means
Yeah.
fake or something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go to the commentary.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, and then I'm going to ask you a general question. So,
Okay.
Nipa Tenseki Yewala, Sundu Yewadang, Sum Nidu Nepar Dupao. So here then is the second section
Mhm.
that we just mentioned a moment ago, but
Yeah.
which is going to offer divisions of correct logical statements.
Good.
So first, the three types of correct logical statements are given,
Right.
and then it will be proven or proved that there are only and exactly three.
Yeah. No more, no less. Yep. Okay. Good.
Here's just like a general question about like voice or something, like how we're going to
Yeah.
handle using the commentator's voice, or like, right, like we could say, oh, we're going to set forth and then prove this thing, or I'm going to set forth as the author and then prove this thing, or we could say our presentation is going to set forth and then prove, or are we saying the Vartika, right, that Dharmakirti sets something forth and then proves something, or
I prefer
like
we.
how would you address this? Okay.
I prefer we because it's more friendly. This book is unfriendly enough already. And yeah, and I would always speak from the author's point of view. I'd say we. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. That's what I'll do. All right, that's helpful.
And that's what we've done through the first 12 books or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just more friendly. Okay.
Oh, this was really,
yeah,
really
someone
hard.
has to break their teeth on this one. You
Okay.
translated it. You want to choose someone to read it?
Sure. Let me, is there anyone in the room who wants to, or who do you, Gelse has been, acting
She's
heroically
been
so far. So
star. I think we got
she's a
another
good person to pick on.
royal. Let's see. Or any kind of chair. But we had one big one here somewhere. That's gonna need. I don't know.
Oh, you were
Okay.
sitting on that. I thought your stuff was there. Sorry. I thought that's where you were sitting.
Okay, sorry, the two chairs are quite different. You could sit on the book. It's a pretty thick book. Okay.
Damponi, Dre Shin, Mamikpe Taksumle, Taki Drup J La Gak Drupni, Sunepe, Drupe Ko Che, Kitakla Drerang, Ni Yupale, Gansung Gyu Takchu, Ni Gyu, Dre Yinpa de Dre Tak Tang, Deni, Rangshin Chik Yinpa, De Rang Shingi Tak So.
Okay, cool. Stay and we'll go finish. We'll go through this. Double need J. The first. Here's that first part on the three types of reasons.
Yeah,
So
right.
then
So there are three types of reasons. First thing
Yeah.
we're putting forth is that they can be by result, by I said identity because I know we've used that before, but or by way of not seeing something.
yeah, or not existing. Yeah, not appearing is fine. Yeah,
Okay.
and we
And
have to
then-
choose more. We're gonna have to choose less confusing verbiage, but this is okay for now. Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess lay from among those the oh boy the reason which supports an assertion, a droop jaw.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
The assertion which the reason is supposed to prove.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I see. Okay, so it's the all right. Well, I got that backwards. Okay, but then in that case, the assertion which the reason is supposed to prove
Yeah.
should either deny something or affirm something. It must either do one of those two things.
Either you're trying to prove something is, or you're trying to prove something is not. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Great. Okay, and then then a reason that gets you to understand that something is there.
Yeah, a reason which is used in trying to help someone understand the truth of a positive statement, something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then there are only two kinds of those, and it's either by result or by identity.
Yeah, and the rang is rangshin, right? Yeah. And by the way, it's not a mistake up above. It's just a helpful addition I put in there. Okay.
It is.
When you say Jebudang Rangshin, when you say Jebudang Rangshingi Tak, you often reduce it to Jerang. Okay, listen. Jebudang Rangshingi Tak, Jerang. Okay, all right. So the rang is understood to be rangshin. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So then, I guess a great thought, a reason which is a result or based on result is that reason, which is excuse me, is based on, which is based on the Gyundre Yin, which is based on the cause and result relationship of those two things, which I'm guessing would be the asserted quality and the reason.
Good. Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
the reason that like gets you to hold on to the cause, that brings you an awareness of thing is caused.
Yeah. So basically, it's a case where we divided a logical statement into three parts, like 1, 2, 3. If the relationship between 2 and 3 is cause and effect, then it's called a result, a result reason or something like that. Okay. Which means we're trying to prove a result.
Yeah. Right. We're trying to prove a result.
Your dengue lala chuchin, may they do a better. Well, no, we're trying to prove a
Oh, sorry,
cause.
sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We're trying to prove a cause,
Let's take a
Right.
what?
which is what it
What's the
says here.
classic one?
Uh,
Take a mountain.
Covered in smoke.
Yeah. There must be
Fire,
fire because there's smoke.
smoke.
Yeah. So the dock here is smoke, and the dupje che is
That there is fire.
no, just fire. Okay, just fire.
Oh,
You strip,
I'm sorry.
you strip it out. Yeah. What we're trying to prove is a fire. The reason we're using is smoke. Okay. So when when what you use as a reason is a result, and what you're trying to prove is a cause, then that is the kind of reason called a cause and effect reason or something like that. Okay. That's all. Okay. And by the way, there's been no denial. It's a positive statement. Okay. There is smoke. Sorry, there is a fire. If the statement had been there was not something, that would have been the third kind of reason. Okay. Negative reason. Okay. All right. We'll get there. So positive reasons have to be one of two types. Either the thing you mentioned last is the result of the thing you mentioned second, or they are what you mentioned third is always what you mentioned second. Take sound is changing because it's made. Then all made things are changing. Okay, that's all. Cool. There's a relationship of identity.
Yeah.
Okay. J dot dang. Deni Rashin Chig Yimba. And I
Yeah,
gave
and
clue.
yeah, when those same two parts, I guess 2 and 3, the asserted
exactly.
quality or something, and the reason,
Right.
when those two like share one nature or share one identity in some way,
Which we're,
then
when it's the case that to be one is to be the other.
reason by identity.
Okay, good. Yep. So
Yeah.
basically, there's two positive kinds of
Yeah,
logical
right.
statements. One where it's cause and effect, and one where it's to be one is to be the other. I like to translate it that way. Okay. Cool. That's
hard. That's really hard. You just kind of did these.
I did these, and I want you to. Okay. What happened is he did not give examples. He did not give any real examples. Like I just gave you the fire and smoke thing so you could understand what the heck was going on. And so what I did was in my notes, I went in and put in the examples.
Yes.
And then I thought it would be useful to take them from Adam's first text, which is a Dura text, which is a bit, which is an elementary monastic logic text. And then I realized that particular text has no takrik. It has no study of syllogisms in it. So I couldn't use it. So I went to the study of syllogisms, which is in the syllabus of Serame Geshe course, which is a famous, extremely famous. So takrik means study of syllogisms. So we're going to take our examples from a famous study of syllogisms that all monks learn in Serame. Okay. So here's, and by the way, those syllogisms are mostly the same in any monastery of the Tsongkapian tradition. So here's the example of a Dretak young dog, Ben. Do you want to have somebody read it?
Sure.
I
Yeah.
don't know what-
Yelse, is there anyone else in the room you would pick?
Can you choose the next, Victor?
Lindsay? Let's put a bigger chair.
You should see how small people get when she. Yeah, here we got a real royalty chair. Hang on. Okay. So he said there are two positive kinds of logical statements. One where there's a cause and effect relationship going on, and one where there's a relationship of identity going on. And here are the classical examples with which if you have them, it's so much easier. Life is so much easier. So here it is. You're going to read these two lines.
Okay.
And I'm sorry they're not capitalized.
Broad talk,
J,
Dre talk, young dog.
okay.
Do dengi la chukan
Chichen.
chuchen
Chuchen.
mi your chuchen me your day do wa your pay chair.
Nice. Okay. Ben, data
Okay.
yanda.
Yeah, a reasoning. I mean, it's either a reasoning based on result, or you could say it's even a reason which is a result.
Yeah, something like that. We'll figure it out. Data yanda. A correct logical statement where the final element is a result. Yeah. And can you translate by the way, for Lindsay, the first two syllables, we call it open vowel. It means there's no suffix letter. It only has two letters, which means the second letter is a oo by itself, right? So it's particularly vulnerable. There's nothing to protect it from the next syllable. The next syllable, LD, always starts with da. So you overemphasize the N sound between them, which is
And
dunden.
dun.
So and dengi say dudengi lala chechen.
Do dengi la
Dun,
de
la, la, ch-
Dudengi lala chechen.
dengi la chuchen.
Yeah, good. What's the most famous word like that? Ganden Monastery. Okay. There's no N in it. There's no N there. It's ga and then nden. And luckily you have a teacher who taught you prenasals. Otherwise, I mean, every monk misspells Ganden until they're like 25 years old or something. Okay. Dudengi lala chechen. May Ben translate.
Yeah, consider that where there is smoke on a mountain pass.
Yeah, unfortunately, la is the universal prefix, like TO in English too, okay? But it also means mountain pass. So la means what?
To mountain.
On the mountain pass.
Right.
Yeah, on the mountain pass. Okay. So Dindengi Lala Chechen. Let's consider a mountain pass that has a lot of smoke. Du is abbreviation for Dua, which means smoke. Let's consider us. And by the way, we're talking massively covered by smoke. You can't even see the trees. Okay. Mayete.
It's got fire there.
There must be a fire under there because
It's got smoke there.
yeah, because there's so much smoke there. Okay. And that's a cause and effect. That's a correct logical statement of the kind which features a result. Okay. Now that's one of the two positive kinds of logical reasons. The other positive kind of logical reason is the one where the two elements are somehow equivalent. So let's read that one, Ben.
Yeah, don't leave, Lindsay. This must be
She
you
wants,
again.
oh, she said she's dying to read the second one.
Rangshin Gitag Yangtak.
Do those three. Yeah.
Gra chu
I don't
dra
recognize it because it's lowercase.
yeah. Dra chu chen mi tak
Yes.
te
Yeah.
ja pechir
Picture.
che pechir.
The most famous logical
Picture.
statement of all time, the granddaddy of all logical statements. Judge Chen,
Ja chi chen
Midakte,
dak te
Chevche.
che pechir.
Yeah, okay.
Midakte.
which is the classical Rangshingita. The classical reason where the two elements share a relationship of identity is Jachichen. Let's consider sound.
Consider sound. Yeah.
It's mitak.
Changing.
Yeah,
changing.
because it's
Made.
because it was made. Yeah. And you have to be very careful with the words you use in logic. We'll have to be very careful. You can't say produced, you can't say impermanent. Okay, you have to be extremely careful in logic, extremely careful of your choice of words. Okay, let's go on.
Here, let's see. Okay, so Lindsay, would you pick a victim?
Jacqueline.
Great.
Yay, Jacqueline. I like your outfit. Okay, here we go. Up here, Taki.
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Taki. Droop.
Ben, you're helping her. Okay.
Oh, Drupja.
Drupja. Gagpa. Go
Yeah.
Che Day. Oops.
Uh-huh.
Supposed to do
Great.
Gag
Going well.
Tagsama. Mig Pei Tag Shape. Yeah.
Shichan.
Ja. Yeah. Great.
Okay. Taki Drup Ja Gakpa. What the logical statement is trying to prove is a Gakpa.
Is a lack.
Yeah, or
That something is not there.
and unfortunately it can also refer to not being something. So we say negative, okay? Let's just say negative, which is
Okay.
funny because droop
Okay.
means positive. So when what you're trying to prove is negative in some way, when it's meant to give you an understanding of something negative, koche, we call it a gaktak.
Yeah. Right. It could be called a negative reason.
Yeah, or
Or
a reason for a denial of some kind. Okay, a reason for a denial of some kind. Or we can, some here means or, we could call it a mamikbetak.
A reason based on something not being there. Or
Yeah, or
based on
something's absent or something's not observed there. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
And here's the
Okay.
here's a classical example. And by the way, I struggled through this 50 years ago, and I almost gave up. And then I decided to try harder. And so all these examples are in my head now. So
Well, I have
if
none
you
of
ever
your
saw
skill,
that-
but I'm not going anywhere.
if you ever saw that little green book, okay. So here you go. Who's gonna come up next? Here's a
Jackie, would
classical
you pick someone?
example of a negative reason.
Savan.
Yay! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. By the way, I made this note here and it just proved, I mean, I figured it out, but I made this note a long time ago.
Mhm.
And I was just starting to realize he wasn't going to help us. And I was like kind of irritated. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Please read here. Doesn't matter capital or not capital. Okay.
Jachochen takpam mayinte
Good.
chapayin pichir.
Nice. Let's take ja sound. It is not dakpa
It's not unchanging.
because it's
Made.
made. It's something that was made. This now becomes a different genre of logical reason. This now becomes a negative logical statement. Okay, because what you're trying to prove now is negative. Okay, it is not unchanging. Therefore, and so okay, so when the assertion is negative, it flips to the third kind of logical statement. Okay, the third genre of logical statement. for proving something is not there, or proving something isn't something. Okay, proving something negative. Cool. The three great divisions of logic. And by the way, once you learn this and you have a fight with your wife about which restaurant to go to, it's really fun to say, "Oh, that was a or oh, that was a positive statement." And you know, they're like, it doesn't make them okay. We stopped there, I think.
That was what you asked me to translate.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
we're out of time.
Let me pick something to translate next, okay? Let me share my screen. Let me see. Can I undo your?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Please.
Oops. Okay, let me get this up here.
I have, from my side, I have done this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, here. We're down to here. Yeah, so try to translate this shade six shade dong sum, right? Okay, the next part.
Yes.
And
Yes.
translate you know this reason here. You don't need, I mean, you can just read it. And then translate this paragraph, okay? And translate these two, okay? That's all. Oh, and translate this last reason here, where it says just common. Oh, that's all right. You don't need to translate that. I'm sorry. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm having a little lag. Would you just make a little mark in the text where I'm stopping there after
translate down
right for 1.3.
Translate down to 1.3. Yeah. Translate down to
Okay,
1.
will do. Okay, thank you. No problem. I mean,
all right,
great. I mean, it'll be a terrible problem, but I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, it's only going to get worse, okay? And I did warn you like 2 years ago. Okay.
I'm into it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's my honor. Now
I go sit
Word
down
put
and
me
you.
in a very funny position here.
Yeah, you got to lead a conversation based on this. You stay, I go. Okay. Yep.
So I don't know if you want to unshare your screen, boss. So everyone can mug for the spotlight. Good. Now you have to help me, everybody, about what it is we think we can use from what we've learned here. That's obviously difficult. I'll try a little bit to get the ball rolling, but be preparing yourself to say something so that I feel supported. And I guess we're learning about reasons. One of the things that I feel like I've noticed in my life is that we think we have reasons for everything we do, but we don't examine them very closely. We used to play this game back in the Diamond Mountain days, back when we were living in the dirt and debating with each other all the time, and we would learn these 3 tests for a correct reason. We would write them up on the board, and we would take turns trying to come up with the correct reason. And we found it's very difficult to come up with a correct reason. And even when we had them written on the board, it was hard. Usually someone could find the flaw in my argument. Usually someone could show me, we could show each other the ways that our reasons were not correct. That was when we were trying to be careful. Oh, are you all as frozen for me as I am for you? Am I as frozen
You just
for you
worked
as
for
you
like
are
a
for me?
split second.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I guess my question is, if it's hard to make a correct reason, when we're trying to be very careful. And we think we have reasons for everything we do all day. How likely is it that our reasons for the things we do all day are correct?
100%.
Yeah.
You know, Ben, I'm
Uh-huh.
noticing I'm working with a young person who is very, very troubled, and they defend their troubled situations that they are feeling victim to, that they must endure all day. And if I could master this whole idea of tearing apart a conversation or an explanation of drama to logically propose solutions, it could be very helpful.
I think that's right.
Because
I
this
think that's right.
person works hard to defend their suffering. And I'm thinking, gosh, you know, I need to get more skillful at logically tearing apart their interpretation of their suffering so that we could then be open to talking about solutions. Anyway, I see that maybe Geshe Michael's example is more clear, you know, defending which restaurant to go to for dinner with the wife. But I think there's some good tools here we can use to help suffering.
I'll tell you, we also, I think it's worth pointing out that we're in a section of the book called deduction for our own sake. And we didn't yet get to deduction for other people's sake in that order. I think we have to be very cautious in offering reasons to other people before we've learned to offer them well to ourselves. And I don't know what's going to happen when we get to that.
You know, if we talk a lot about realizations like Tokpas, and I think we're kind of getting some very introductory tools to use in generating realizations for ourselves. Like, I haven't been able to prove to myself that past and future lives are reality. I've got a very good hunch that it's probably the case. But I think we're kind of getting some very useful tools that's going to be helpful as we progress along the path to prove things like past and future lives to ourselves. And I think that's only going to reinforce our ability to really put wholehearted effort into changing ourselves and spreading the Dharma. So I think, you know, for me, logic seems very dry at first, but it refines our mind. From what I'm just speaking personally, I've learned that it's really refined the way that I look at the world, which has then reinforced my ability to practice and to really share what I know with other people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I think so.
What I got
It's
on
interesting.
Sorry.
Please, yeah.
Oh, go
No,
ahead,
I just
Ben.
had this terrible lag and I'm talking over everybody. I apologize. I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Are you sure? Okay. I just wanted to share that what I got out of the class, even though this was a deep, heavy class for me, is I'm going to go get myself a little green book and I'm going to write down that phrase that Geshe talked about. And he said that we need to memorize it. And if it took him a while to get it in his mind, to be able to try and teach it in the way that he has delivered, it seems so smooth and slick, but then I can't even try to explain it or use a statement. So I'm going to go get myself a little green book. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to try to memorize it. in hopes that one day I can embody the statement of the 1 equals 3, then if 3 equals 2, then if not 2 cannot be 3, and it always has to be 2 if 1 is 3, and I'm just going to try and memorize it and put it into practice.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's nice to have a friend for that, if you can pick someone in the world who's willing to practice it with you. That's what I needed. Is someone who will go through it again and again and again, who doesn't get tired of doing it. It's really helpful. It takes repetition, and that's there's unless you somehow have some extraordinary seed to be able to just pick it up and learn it, which I sure don't. But I had extraordinary friends and an extraordinary extraordinary teachers, who never got tired of teaching me and letting me practice with them. We used to have in Cincinnati, Ohio, back in 1932 or something, when I was first studying. We used to have a time where friends and we would sit just for an hour on Sundays, where I had to name a thing in the world, and then someone had to name something else that shared a relationship of identity that with that thing that was smaller, or a relationship of identity with that thing that was bigger. And hey, you have to name a bigger thing, or you have to name a smaller thing. And then we would take turns going back. We would do this for an hour every Sunday, and it was hard. But we did it every Sunday, and you just find the silly weirdos, like we have gathered here today, who are willing to, even excited to just practice challenging each other.
Thank you, Ben. I love it.
Thank you. Anyone else willing to share thoughts or applications would be nice. Anything you feel like you can bring into your life through our struggle this evening.
Yeah. Well, Rob's getting in place. I have an idea.
Oh, let's go.
Thanks. Like you were talking about the practice through repetition and practicing the syllogism and memorizing that, and the time that it takes to do that. Also, I see a need for making time, slowing down our day, getting to the result a little bit slower, to give ourselves the space for mindfulness, to check our automatic assumptions and see the correctness of the way I'm going about my assumptions that I make in the micro moments. Like, are the cats singing at me because they're actually hungry? Are they begging for food, or they're just being playful and saying hi?
That's beautiful.
When you said practical application, because I love the whole idea of clear thinking. And I think for me, it's helped me so much over time. And I was getting coffee today and talking to the manager, and she's hiring people. And I said how much I love interviews. But she hates them because she says she finds people aren't always telling the truth. And I suggested sort of like using her gut a little bit. But what I meant was that I think over time, because you start to develop your mind to be a little bit more clear, you start to see trajectories, or you have little insights. And I think you get really good at reading people. I think it makes you really super efficient in the workplace. And I think you can start to see, not that they're obvious to one person, not so obvious to another, but it really helps, I think, recruiting talent, for example. Like my old company was all about recruiting and development. And so I found that logic has helped me sort of in that process, and that's why I just love these classes all the time. Just sort of, it helps my brain get clear. So that was my practical application. I like when Ben's frozen.
And that's a great smile.
Yeah. Because I know Ben so well, I also like, in my mind, I kind of, I don't know, can see what he's thinking a little bit. I think he's completely frozen. Someone should take a screenshot
I
of
think
that,
he's
though.
genuinely, he might be stuck for a while there. Yeah. All right, let's move on then. Thanks for sharing, Rob. And everybody, thank you for chiming in about clear thinking and logic. And I also think it's super important in our lives. And at this point, let's move on to the Peachtree World News broadcast for this week. Do we have Juan Hasso standing by? There he is. So thank you everybody for class. Thank you so much, Geshe Michael, and thank you, Ben, for amazing translations, amazing work on this difficult material. And coming to you live from Kyoto, Japan, it looks like, I can tell by that umbrella in the background. That must be Kyoto.
Exactly,
Juan
Nick.
and
We
Tim.
actually were looking like, where can we see that actually looks like Kyoto? So here we are, and we are very happy to be seeing all of you. Thank you for being here. I made it. I don't know how this happened, team. It's a dream come true. Thank you, Geshe Michael. Thank you.
We're in Kyoto, so keep your voices quieter.
Oh, yeah, we have to be quiet here. Okay, guys. So we're gonna share with
And
you
also
some
slow,
that are
because you think you have translators, Juan.
we have to tell people a few news, and then we're gonna talk to this guy to tell us what is he up to today and in the next few days. So first of all, we want to remind you about this very cool app that Diamond Cutter Press has launched. And Gina, if you could please help us sharing the very first image. Yes. Just to remind you that the whole library of Geshe Michael works is here. You can find it and you can have it in your phone. You don't need to carry the books around, because now in your phone, at the, right there in your hand, at the palm of your hand, you can access this wonderful material. And you're gonna find many materials. You can use these QR codes to go there, download the app, get the materials. You're gonna have them with you. You can personalize your reading experience there. And also 3 devices can log in at the same time. So let's say teams get it, and then, I don't know, he can share the books that he buys with, I don't know, 2 more friends. He's doing something with his phone. Maybe he's gonna get something.
I'm gonna download it right now.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, go there, click. Yeah, and well, that's one thing. Diamond Cutter Press, the app, it's there. You can get it, get the books. It's gonna support all the translators. It's gonna support the work of preserving this ancient wisdom in the world. So yeah, it's a great win-win situation, as I like to say. Okay, and next we want just to remind you that next Monday, we're gonna have a special interview event with YSI team, Fast for Hunger. The interview is happening on Monday, but the actual event is happening on Wednesday. And the interview is gonna be with this yoga teacher, Earl's friend, Laura Joanna. She's a great YSI supporter, and she has been studying, is the next picture, please? She has been studying all this content for a few years, and she runs a few organizations who help this mission of removing hunger in the world. Next one, please. Yes, there she is. Earl and her, Laura Joanna, we're gonna be having an interview on Monday with them, next Monday. And finally, this is why we have our friend Tim Lau and Hahib, because what's happening?
What's happening? Well, we're starting a brand new program here, Juan, and we're really excited. We have 10 students. So it's a very intimate experience, and we're going to be starting a series of 18 courses here. For those people in Asia who have not had an experience of the 18 courses live, we're going to start here in Kyoto.
That's awesome. And this is just happening in an hour from now. As soon as this next class finishes, Team Lowenhub is going to move. We are in a very beautiful venue in Kyoto. Kyoto is amazing. Japan in general is basically my first time here. And we were just talking about like, wow, looks like so science fiction. Tim and I were just coming here using the subway with our headphones on, listening to the class. You know, it's like so futuristic. Like we were listening directly what was happening in the other side of the world just now. And yeah, just the vibe here, I think it's so clean, so beautiful, very modern, but at the same time, so connected with nature. And I just been here like a little less than 24 hours. No jet lag. I'm surprised. I don't know what happened. But how has it been for you?
Well, let's wait till this afternoon and see what you think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here a couple of days, so the jet lag we're pretty good right now. But what's really neat about this city is there's a tremendous. Hey, Gina, you can stop sharing the screen right now. This city has there's a very traditional feel here. You know, it feels very like a very great place to learn the ancient wisdom and to study it. And you know, having Juan here for the first time, congratulations for making it.
Thank you very much.
He had obstacles. He almost missed a flight. He missed a train. You know, typical.
Many adventures
in
already. 24 hours. Yeah. I'll tell you more later.
But
it's been fun.
We're really excited to be here. The whole team has been working on this in the background. And what we have with these 10 students here, we're very excited for. It's 10 classes. Juan is going to lead the meditations. And we have Q&A every day here. So it's going to be a very special class.
I bet. And I'm excited.
And if you want to come, if you're feeling jealous and you wanted to be here, we have another class coming up in June very soon. So put that on your calendar. I don't know if Gina, if you have the QR code for that, but you can sign up directly. Ale, could you just put that directly in the chat? Thank you.
Yeah, is it June 4th to the 8th, right?
Something like that.
I think it
sounds
is.
about right. Yeah.
Now that I have to communicate the news, I get to learn the content.
Yes.
It's for June 4th to the 8th, and we have a picture somewhere there, but you'll see it sometime soon. We'll keep letting you know.
But I'm really excited that you're here, Juan, for your very first time.
Thank you so much. I'm enjoying it very much. And yeah, we'll tell you more of the adventures so far. We are preparing good materials for you to feel more connected with Kyoto. It's a great place to visit, to come. If you haven't done it yet, try to do it sometime. And I think in the future, this place is going to be full of wonderful activities, like content-wise activities, retreats, classes, seminars, conferences. It looks amazing.
Yeah, for the whole Worldview organization, not just this, but there's going to be across the organizations.
Yeah.
We're going to be
maybe one day we even get an apartment here. Who knows? All right.
Okay, thank you, Juan.
No, thank you as well. And to finish this segment, we would like to also share with you our last event. We have one big event a month. Last time we did it in March, and the main topic of it was how to use communication skills, the way we speak, basically, to create harmony and success in our lives. So we had many guests, including Tim as well. And one of them was Chloe. She was sharing with us some of the cause and effects, cause and results that come once you use the seed system. Well, they come anyways, you use it or not, but she was sharing with us some of them, and she didn't finish her segment. So here she is with us to finish sharing some of what cool things that she wants to share. Okay, excuse my English. So Chloe, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you, Juan. I'm glad you made it. So I would just like to share a few points. I'm gonna share this. So as you may remember, we talk about the harmony in a small union will bring harmony to the bigger country or the whole world. And remember, what's the biggest thing that harmony can bring us? What's the result of harmony brings us? So it's our teacher, right? I think for any success in our lives, having a teacher is major. So I would like to continue this discussion from today on or this whole year on how you can bring harmony in your communities, because harmony in our communities is the cause of a teacher's long life. So talking about success, we naturally think about financial abundance. So here are some of my ideas on what is the seed that brings financial abundance. Please feel free in the chat to share with us what do you think is the seed that would brings forward financial success. So in here, I think about generosity in our speech, being generous in our listening, and even with our body language. When we are communicating with somebody, our body language is also important. Share information generously and listen carefully. And I'll talk more about the listening in the next few stories. And I think generous in praising others' success and good qualities. That's something we can all do, and that can bring us some, hopefully, financial success. So now it's story time. What are the seeds to bring a successful relationship? So think about the relationship. I think about there is a story very interesting in here. It's about this person, Elizabeth, wants to practice with her husband. And she asked Geshe, how do I do this? So in that story, Geshe shares, so why do you think your husband has this TV addiction? What kind of seeds that's in your mind that makes you perceive a person has zero interest in others in the room? So she says, well, I guess I ignore people all the time in small ways. I have a colleague at work. She always tells me about her husband's problem. I try really hard to focus, but I really can't. After 10 times of she complaining the same thing, I just couldn't really focus, but I really tried to be polite. So basically, the secret that Geshe decoded in this scenario is that listening to other people's problem with full attention, then that gets back to you as your husband wants you to ask you, can I join you for the yoga next time? So if you want to have a relationship where you get to, where you want to have a partner to practice together, that can be a good way. And I want to show you how to use this platform where it talks about relationship and listening. So this is my account. I can log in, and then I can go to this, and I can even do a search. So I searched and located my book. I can highlight where I want to read. So the ancient books of Tibet make a really big emphasis on answering people promptly and considerately, whether it's a question about what's for dinner or where the universe came from. Really make a point in the next few weeks, maybe we all can try this, to listen really carefully. Whenever someone asks you about anything, try to give them a thoughtful answer. Sometimes we try to avoid some questions because it's silly or not interesting. Sometimes we avoid it because it's difficult. But try to make a point to do it and then see what changes in your life. Maybe people will be more interested in your class, in your offering, in your practice. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chloe. Thank you very much. And I think it's wonderful that we have the chance to check a little bit of the content that it's in the book, because then people can expect what kind of valuable information it's there. So for those of you who haven't how to say, have the chance to read the book, I think many, how do you say, many people can agree with this. Like, this book has become one of the most practical tools that we use all the time. Yeah, like when we are talking with friends and the like, or family and stuff, it's like, well, have you read The Karma of Love? Because you find so much practical information there. Do you have a particular memory team of something cool that you remember?
I'm going to avoid the question. Just like the Diamond Cutter business book.
Okay.
You know, I use this book quite frequently when I'm having a challenge in any relationship, not just romantic relationships.
Yeah.
You know, I try to find, you know, what is the challenge that I have?
Mhm.
And then I go into the index, which is incredibly detailed,
Mhm.
look for the problem, and then look for this, and then find the seed and go after that.
And just last night, you were telling us how much your dating life has improved in the last few years, right? Like exponentially. To how to say, so much that sometimes you have to, how to say, please people, take it easy. I'm busy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But apparently it works. So you can check it out. Maybe can we show the QR code again? And yeah, if you feel inspired, it's a great book. It's a great book for reading yourself, but it's a great book also if you want to give someone a present or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Birthdays, Christmas, many more. So thank you very much. That's it for today. We're gonna keep reporting of what's happening in Kyoto. There's gonna be very, very cool events. The springtime is about to come. There is wonderful things in the city to get to see. And we're gonna try to somehow give you some share of it so you can connect, at least in this way for now. And hopefully one day you can come as well.
Great.
That sounds like, I'm joking, but that sounds like maybe one day you can also have the experience I'm having.
Yeah. Well, he's inspiring each and every one of you to come here. It's a beautiful place. The springtime is coming. The sakura flowers will be opening very soon. So we'll send some pictures to you all.
Yeah, we will have to go and check the surfing scene.
Yes. All right, great.
See you.
Back to you, Geshe, Michael.
Okay, we're on, you guys. Did you guys locate Mr. Smith?
Yes, he's there. He's here.
All right.
Hey, Geshe, sorry for the mix-up. I thought I was second.
Is it true that your dog ate your homework? I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. You have a cold?